Layla Parnian is a local artist who painted a massive mural on a new apartment building in downtown Phoenix. The mural is more than 20 stories high, and it's one of, if not the tallest mural in the state. We welcome Layla Parnian to Arizona Horizon. It's good to congratulations on that, by the way. I mean, everyone probably talks about it, but how many people just say, job well done?
Yeah, I have people saying it.
Good.
It took 21 years to become an overnight success.
Well, yeah, let's talk about, and what is it like? I mean, what is it like? You know, artists can see their art on a wall and in an exhibition or in a museum, whatever. You see yours on a 23-story building. What's that like?
I was there the other day, and I was mesmerized. I was like, I can't believe I did that.
Oh, so, but then not only that, but that's kind of you, isn't it? That's those are your eyes.
That's my eyes and eyebrows, yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I intentionally did that because my story, it's unique, and I wanted to inspire other artists to follow their dreams. So.
Yeah, and as we're showing it, I'm sure a lot of people are going, oh, wait, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen. Where exactly is that located?
First Avenue and McKinley.
Okay. And
on the Saya building.
What's it called again?
Saya.
Okay. All right, there you are again. All right, how did you get involved with painting a mural on an apartment building 23 stories high?
About 5 years ago, a gentleman named Mitch said that there was an opportunity for me to meet with the owner, Oz Friedman, of the building. So I met with them about 5 years ago. They were interviewing me to be their artist for murals inside the building. And at that time, I had only painted murals for 1 year. I've been an artist for over 20 years, but murals started in 2018. So this is 2019. And they're like, what's your dream, as a muralist? And I'm like, my dream is to hang off the side of a high rise and paint a mural. And I remember they both looked at each other like, who says that, right?
Right.
And they made it happen. Oz made it happen.
Yeah, well, we're seeing it happening right there as you're hanging off the side of a building doing this. I mean, when they told you what they wanted, was it a little, whoa, I don't know if I can do this, or was it?
Oh no, I wanted the challenge.
You really wanted it.
I wanted it.
So, and you knew you could do it.
I always say yes, and I figure it out later.
Did you know what you wanted to depict?
Not at that time, initially, when they approached me, but then, he just said he wanted something different. Everyone wants the desert scapes and the sunsets and the cactus. He's like, I want something. And I'm like, I'm going to do something out of the box. And I really want it to be something bold and vibrant and a beacon of hope for creatives, and just, able to make people feel some type of way without saying a word.
Okay, so that's great. But how do you do that when it's 23 stories high? How do you block it out? I mean, do you trace? What's happening here?
So a lot of times for murals, I'll use a projector, and a lot of artists will use a grid system or a doodle method, but I actually freehanded this with an architectural, 12-inch scale, and went, level by level.
So you did it in miniature first, and then broadcast it, if I were to display it on there?
I made a small, my rendering, and I went based off that to figure out if the eye on my, paper is 12 inches. I had to blow it up on scale to whatever, just using a little architectural scale and a ruler.
So basically, there was no grid involved here at all? No. Yeah. I mean, people other artists must be saying, how in the world did you do this? But now we know.
That's how I did it.
Yeah. When you were in the process of doing it, did you ever stop and say, what did I get myself into?
I loved every minute of it.
Did you really?
I love the challenge. I loved it.
Yeah.
I want to do more. I want to do bigger ones.
Do you really? All right.
I really do.
Well, so I'm seeing you're not alone here. I'm seeing you got some help. Describe the help that you got.
So I hired two professional artists, Danny Lorden and Sean Fortin. They came on. Danny was with me the whole time. Sean was there about half of the project. And they trusted me and helped me bring my vision to life.
Yeah. When it came to life, is this what you envisioned? It has to be, because you'd already made the miniature, correct?
Yes. I had 5 years to think about this.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Friends and family, were they encouraging? Were they saying you're nuts? What were they saying?
I think everybody thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone
Really?
thought I was crazy. But in natural Layla way, this is just what I do.
Okay, so, and how many years again? I mean, from the first drop of paint?
2019 is when I was approached. 2025 is when it's complete.
Okay, but from the first drop of paint to the last drop of paint?
2 months.
That's all it took?
We're fast.
So there was a lot of planning involved.
Yeah, a lot.
Is there a lot of planning involved in mural painting?
In general, I don't think a lot of people who hire muralists understand how much planning is involved and renderings and going back and forth, and just even the prep work. The prep on this mural took a long time to prep the balconies and the middle windows and the side panel.
Well, and I was going to ask about the middle windows,
Yeah.
because that's one of the first things I notice about it. Not the fact that it was 23 stories high, but it's like, wait a minute, that woman's face is bisected by a...
This is the hardest thing, in my opinion, that I could do as a mural, because you have two tall, skinny panels with windows in the middle of it, plus balconies on one side and a metal fin on the other. It's not just a rectangular, easy,
Yeah.
like we were on a swing stage, it was a project.
Were there residents in the place while you
Not
were...
yet.
Not yet.
They're
Okay.
starting leasing actually now.
So my last question to you is, obviously this is a raging success. What's next for you?
I have a lot of things in the pipeline, some things I can't share, but I have everything from my epoxy projects to other murals coming up. And I also DJ, so I'm planning to DJ and paint live at the same time.
Holy smokes, I've never
Yeah.
heard of such a thing.
Yay,
Good
I
for
got
you.
some tricks up my sleeve.
Well, congratulations
Thank
on
you
that.
so much.
Again, it's amazing. When we thought about doing the story, I thought to myself, I've seen that,
Yeah.
but I've never really seen it, and now we have. Thank you so much for
You're
joining
welcome. Thanks for having me.
us. Layla Parnian again, and that is at First Avenue in...
McKinley.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.